They're trying to tell us something. They have figured out the formula for chaos.
When the clock strikes 8:30, babe, time to head for Chris's house.
Hey.
Will the sun make it to the next round?
Oh no.
Pot of thunder. Let's pot tonight. Come on, baby, let's pot tonight.
Ah, yeah. Put your hands together. Doc Gibbs and the Emerald Live Band. Welcome to Pot of Thunder, the recognized symbol of excellence in rock and roll podcasting, brought to you by Blue Microphones. They look great. They sound even better. Nick gave me a look like he's excited for me to press play. I'm going to do that now.
Andy's got a price. Pot Nation's gonna pay. 'Cause America's little brother always gets his way.
Wow. A Nick and Tom collab, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
All based on the allegations from a couple weeks ago that Andy was on the take
False
from
allegations.
the listenership
It's ridiculous.
that he's for sale.
ridiculous to make such accusations about me. I'm an innocent man. I'm a man of integrity.
Well,
You know me. It's your buddy Andy, America's little brother. Don't listen to these lies. And that liar is going to make his way over here now.
oh, wait a minute.
Here he comes. Watch this. Oh, yeah. Yes, polka dancing his way across the podcast studio.
I was hoping he was going to throw some pierogies.
Put something in that man's hat.
I'm not the new Mr. Pierogi. Sorry, it's someone else got it.
That's right. Look at him go.
Were you in the running?
No.
You weren't? Would you have done
I
it?
don't know that there was a running. No.
It was just handed down from one man to another.
Yes.
Local celebrity, Mr. Pierogi. I think there's drama between them, actually. Someone told me that.
There should
Between
be.
who?
The two Mr. Pierogis. Former Mr. Pierogi and current Mr.
So he was
Pierogi.
pushed out or what?
I
What's
don't know,
going on
man.
here?
I'll find out.
I think he voluntarily gave it up.
Well, I think he did, but then maybe he's not happy with the way things are going. He's not conducting himself like a Mr. Pierogi should, I think is the allegation.
He's Pierogi emeritus right now.
Mm-hmm.
See, he went to Knoll, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think
What-
he
yeah,
did.
he
I'm not
did.
going to drop any
He's an
names.
anti-pierogi, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
So Nick is here. Nick, thanks for joining us.
Thank
Welcome to
you.
the program.
Oh, well.
We're happy to have you. And immediately to Nick's left, you know who he is. Press the button. Yes.
Can have it every day, yeah, yeah. I can have it. Get out of my way, yeah, fuck you.
Put your hands together for the breakout star of the podcast medium. That is Chris L. We are
Language,
Pot of
Tom.
Thunder.
Language. My goodness.
What did he say?
He looked right at me and mimed that last part.
I'm
my
just
gosh.
I'm just singing the lyrics.
What kind of behavior is
I
that?
don't know.
It's not very becoming for a gentleman. Anyway, we're still going to welcome you to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you know he's here. We're excited, but we have to welcome him properly. Tom Kotul in the house.
I know a secret about Uncle Tom Kotul. I know a secret that I just can't tell. I know a secret about Uncle Tom Kotul. I know who put the seafood in the omelet. Well,
The king of
There
the
he
seafood
is.
omelet himself, Tom Kotul's in the house. He's right next to me, sort of behind me.
Wow, what an intro song. That was great. that was, what was that, Slick Productions?
Oh,
that was
goodness.
top notch.
That was as slick as I can get.
That's good stuff. Oh man,
It's like it pops in your head, and then it's like I gotta do it.
That's a good one.
As soon as Uncle Tom Kotul comes to mind, it's like okay,
that's him. You got to do it, right? You're just compelled.
let's head to the drum set.
And all these patrons have access to these clips, right?
Yeah.
I'll put those up.
Very nice.
I'll put those new ones up tonight. So, but they can get everything else from the past for as little as $5.
That's a bargain at twice the price.
Everything over the course of 10 years, and some other stuff we haven't even used.
It's a lot of stuff.
Other junk, other
A box of garbage.
box of garbage ready for you. Come and get it. Oh man, so here we are. The four of us are here today. Welcome to the show. Exciting time to have Tom here. I'm happy Tom's here. It's been a while. How long's it been, Tom? 6 months? 4 months?
No, last September.
Almost a
the
year.
Tom
What?
Jones.
I was
Has it been
thinking
that long?
I was thinking
Yeah.
it was February. It was September.
It
Huh?
was.
10 months.
Damn, that's too long.
We say this every time.
Yeah, we gotta
Well,
do better.
we tried. I think we've tried a few times over the past 3 or 4 months, and things didn't transpire. But we made it happen.
Well, there was going to be Mother's Day. Tom was going to be here for the Mother's Day episode.
Oh, really?
We're going to have Mom and Tom for Mother's Day.
I didn't know Tom was, unless I did.
Yeah,
I forgot. I
we were
just thought it
gonna-
was Mom.
We were going big, but didn't
I didn't
work
know.
out.
I didn't know that was in the works.
Yeah.
I knew Mama
Go.
Jones was scheduled. But
Be out of control with those two together.
And then that wasn't your stone, was it?
No, that's when
No, that was...
my daughter was
yeah,
born.
Andy,
that's
Andy
right.
ruined
Daughter.
it with his,
Yeah.
beautiful new baby. Just spoiled everything.
Yep. So nobody gets that
Selfish
episode.
bastard.
Yeah.
So here we are 2 months later. Thanks, Andy.
Well, Tom's coming. He's coming back for September, though. That's a thing now, right? The last week of the.
Oh, it's happening.
I think it's a thing.
All right.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
so.
All right, so he'll be back.
Put it on the books.
He'll be back in short order, like a little bit over a month. So we all have that to look forward to. But he's here tonight, and I believe it's technically my turn. Well, it's not technically my turn. It is my turn, but I agreed to defer to Tom and give him the option of picking the song either off the list or freestyle, or he could just come along for the ride and let me pick it. So, Tom, what's your pleasure?
Well, I have one. I have one in the hopper. It's off the list.
So
but
Tom's taking it.
yeah, I'm gonna take it. I figured maybe you were deferring, so maybe you'll do yours next week.
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
I don't want to feel like I'm stealing your pick. But we'll pull.
That's Andy's job.
We will pull and see what we get.
What kind of lies? More
So you're gonna do 3 pulls or less if you find something you like. You're willing to see what comes up, and if you like that more than your hopper song, we'll do that.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
All right, that's being a good sport.
Okay. Didn't know that's what we were doing. Let me press some buttons here and get this computer on the
see.
same page as me.
Well,
and
it's-
Andy didn't know I was coming.
It's not as clear
I
out
never know
tonight, so we
anything.
got to track down where the sports machine satellite is.
that's one of those things.
Get
You got to
the
get on your
signal.
roof.
Now that those Canadian wildfires continue to wreak havoc with us down
Indeed.
here.
Are those still going on?
Hell yeah,
The air quality's still bad.
it's terrible.
I gotta tell you, if no one told me that, I wouldn't notice.
I know, and there was some sort of ammonia leak over by Midway today.
Oh, good.
So the city's just it's just going.
Oh,
The
good.
world in general is just going down the toilet. It's a hellish inferno everywhere. So
I would have had no idea. I think there was one day where it was foggy, noticeably foggy, and I'm like, what is that?
Well,
okay.
today it was that because of the friggin' humidity in the morning.
Oh, goodness.
It was just completely. The condensation was on everything this morning.
It
It was
was.
just
Yes, it was.
disgusting.
Visible moisture, the kind you're
The kind your balls don't
accustomed,
appreciate.
the kind that, and you're the kind you're accustomed to seeing on robust loaves. It's just everywhere. It's not a good feeling.
I know. Then you try to escape the haze. You know, when I'm walking to work, you go under the pedway, and then it just smells like urine. Yeah, you can't win downtown.
I gotta tell you, I'm guilty of doing that from one time.
Urinating in the pedway.
Yeah, about 20.
Minutes ago.
Yeah, during the stream earlier.
Well, if you did that, it's probably still there. They probably haven't cleaned it.
No.
No, I remember I got real drunk with a friend at a Cubs game. We took the train back home, and we were just peeing in buildings and stuff. It was bad. One of those things. Peeing on
Like
stairs.
just opening the door.
And just peeing. Yeah. Don't tell her mom. It was a different time.
She's listening right now.
I'm just making it up then. This is theater. Never
Yeah,
happened.
it's showbiz.
Jason Renner and I never did that. Never happened.
Jeez. Name checking someone.
Yep. Never
Crazy.
happened. Never happened. So Tom's picking off the list. You guys are talking, but it's like one of those things where it's like a Charlie Brown's teacher or something. I can't tell anything that's happening. I can't hear you guys because I'm hungry and I see no foil anywhere near me.
Stop.
I can't focus without. I need fuel to get through this
Stop right
episode.
there.
Well, I don't see a damn
I
thing.
want to know right now.
I'm walking out. That's it. Taking my headphones off.
Plenty of foil.
I'll see you guys later.
Uh-oh, he's got
I
a
had to.
plastic bag coming out.
Okay. Hungry.
What the fuck is this?
Remember the
Hungry boy.
last time I was here? He came with like garnishes and
This is a
and
garnish.
toppings. Oh man.
Oh wait.
This is a topping.
Oh no, this is the thing. I forgot totally about this. Nick said there was something dastardly in the plans for this week.
He did say that.
This was not. Oh, I just made you guys a brownie. There's some horse shit involved here.
Well, there's your foil.
Thank you.
And there's the topping.
All right, so I'll tell you this. In past weeks, it's been past several weeks. It's been very dense. I would say upwards of a pound. Some of the treats.
Well,
that
it
Nick's
almost
running.
broke the desk.
Yeah, this week it's very light. You could almost.
So it still warrants the proper theme song, though.
I believe so.
It is
To
entirely
usher in the
baked.
segment.
Okay, good. Well then let's. Yes.
Who wants to eat dainties? Who wants to eat baked treats with me?
You can't not play that. Come on. It's the best part of the show.
the whole show. Am I
I've said behind the scenes, to Nick, anything that you do lyrically on any of these songs is gold.
Who,
it is you,
me?
you, Chris.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it.
Okay, so am I allowed to open it?
Absolutely.
Well, sure.
I didn't know if
already
it needed warning.
Like
No.
mine's it's not upside down. No, it's right side
I
up.
had to invent this
Oh,
recipe.
this smells great.
Wait a minute. So I sent
Looks
you.
like a cornbread. What is it?
I sent Nick a description. I said, what did I say? Celery,
Oh, he did.
celery, and ass hair blondies was my guess.
And these are.
And Nick said you got one of those things right. So which of the three is this? A blondie?
the
Thankfully,
first time in my life, I'm hoping it's celery.
it's
So.
the blondie.
I'm leaning
It's
towards
a-
ass hair right now.
Oh, so he got the blondie part.
So
right.
I had that topping first, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this topping?
Okay,
I gotta
what's the
put it on
topping?
something.
Oh, is
It's
this
creamed honey.
Oh, okay, that's not.
You just whisk honey for a long, long time.
You
Really?
don't add
Yeah.
cream to
No,
it?
it's just it turns that
You just
color
beat
and
that honey.
consistency. Gives it like sort of a marshmallowy thing going on, but it's you just put it in the mixer for a while, and then I'm like, what am I gonna put it on? And I thought there's got to be a cornbread blondie recipe somewhere, and I could not find it, so I had to invent this recipe by mashing.
So it
up
is a
couple things.
cornbread.
It's a cornbread
type.
blondie, yes,
Okay.
with cinnamon as well.
Look
All
at
right.
you.
So I would recommend getting some of the creamed honey on the top.
Here, you want to start it, Chris?
No, you
Okay.
guys started. It's already over there.
Well, I'm gonna wait till the song starts. But Tom, you're the guinea pig.
Well, Tom's got work to do as well. He's got to pick the song.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
you got your fuel, so no more excuses.
yeah.
Let's get it rolling.
All right. So,
Cornbread blondie.
Cinnamon cornbread blondie.
Cinnamon cornbread blondie.
So you just used cornbread mix instead?
I just substituted like half of the flour for cornmeal.
Okay.
That's about it. Nothing too crazy.
Did you attempt to whip the honey by hand?
No, absolutely
it.
not.
I'm
Because
thinking,
you
I'm
gotta,
like,
you got to do it in like 20-minute increments, like 3 times. So
to give your mixer
Wow.
a break
No.
or something, or what?
yeah, because the motor starts feeling a little
he
warm.
needs a new mixer for Christmas.
Yeah. So
Actually, by probably next week. You need
Yeah.
more baked treats.
All right.
It still works, thankfully.
Good.
What brand is your mixer?
I've got one of those. We got it when we got married. The KitchenAid, the nice stand mixer.
Oh yeah, we have
the-
one of those.
The War Horse, basically.
Those you will find those in commercial kitchens. So, fine piece of equipment. What color is yours?
Just like a grayish, silverish.
Okay.
I'm going in.
Oh, he's doing it.
What do you think, Tom?
Uh-oh.
Do you got topping on it?
He does. What's going on over there?
He can't breathe.
Muy delicioso.
Okay.
As Dexter would say. Not as dry as I thought it would be.
I'm a lot
Not
of
the
lot of
first
butter.
time he said that. I'll tell you that.
A lot of
I
butter
Just
in
walk
it.
into those.
Yeah.
How much butter?
1.5 sticks
Jeez.
in a 9x13 pan.
Shit.
It's a lot of butter.
Like unsalted butter? What kind of butter do
I
you
get
use?
salted usually.
Lando Lakes.
Kerrygold.
Nah, I go generic if it's on sale. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just says butter on the package.
With a question mark
Yeah.
sometimes.
Was the Aldi brand of butter these days.
Country
Fresh?
something. Country fresh. Country
Maybe Country
Farms.
Fresh.
It's like Country Farms. It's like something that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
My wife and I have a conspiracy theory that we're putting together. We have to get some more, collect more evidence, but we think that Aldi over the past year or so has secretly raised every price to be even with grocery stores.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Right?
They
they have.
They've already gotten you accustomed to going there and thinking you're paying less. That's over.
It's
with.
Oh, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We were just talking about
it's-
this. We're like,
It's not even a conspiracy theory. It's a damn fact.
okay.
They've already conditioned everyone to think that the prices are lower. That's not the case anymore.
It's gone.
No,
That's
it
over.
still is because everything's so ridiculous in the other stores.
I don't know, man.
It's about what it was in the other stores before things got hiked up so much.
No, I'm with Andy here. I think you got your head in the clouds, Nick.
I got my head in the country.
I'd wake
farm.
up and smell the whatever their coffee brand is over there.
We buy it all the time, but I don't even know what it's
Yeah,
called.
absolutely, you're
It's
spot
not Juan
on with that
Valdez.
assessment.
Juan Valdez.
Yeah. I remember the
That
commercials
was Tom,
back in the day.
Tom used to call me when we were
We needed
kids,
Juan Valdez.
and he would
Really?
tell me when the Juan Valdez commercial was on the Weather Channel.
On the
Yeah.
Weather Channel?
Yeah, I watched the Weather
It's an
Channel.
important
And
phone
he would,
call to
and he
make.
would tell me too.
I was a cool kid.
We had a taco party, well, like a taco guy cater a party. Like it was before our wedding, I think, and he left some business cards. His name was Juan Valdez. I'm like, that's not your name. This is a
Like,
fake.
get out of here.
You're a fraud. You're just assuming an identity.
You're on the coattails.
Yeah. I was gonna call Tom. I didn't know you were such a fan. You could have
Oh,
come over and
huge
had a
fan.
taco from him.
Huge fan.
Buenos,
I know.
Buenos dias, Tom always says. when you walk in, he's just standing there smiling at you.
With a poncho on.
Came right off the reservation with them beans.
Man,
That's why it's so good, Tom.
it's good stuff. All right. Well, Tom, you're going to have to pick from the list. Nick is going to pull the lever, and we're going to see what we get today. You ready?
Yeah, man.
Pachink. All right, Tom. I'm going to need you to look over my shoulder. We got number 755. Do you see it here? This is the
I see
song
it.
title, the artist, and the album.
I'm predicting Tom's gonna love all three and have a
It's interesting.
real heck of a time.
I'm going to pass.
You're going to bushwick it?
Bushwick it.
All right.
No good.
Not a fan
No
of
good.
755. I guess we're going to pull again. Nick, are you ready to give it another pull?
Ah, yes.
Okay. All right, we got this.
A gentle pull.
Very so gentle. Nice little tug. Nice tug. What is this? I'm not familiar, but
What
you
is
may be.
that?
What number is it?
769. We just jumped ahead 14 years in the Pope stuff
Oh, wow.
history. If
We're
there
gonna
are
say
any.
That's the same. That's the same name.
That's the same. The song
Same
title and
person.
the album.
No, the same person submitted.
Oh, the same person here.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know it. I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, well, good thing you got some in the hopper.
Move along to the next trick.
All right,
Looks like I was wrong. No enthusiasm for the first two.
Eh.
0.
One more pull, Nick.
I think he's being weighed down by all that cornbread.
I didn't see what it was. What was it? 217. 217.
Hey, isn't that Michael Jordan's birthday? Nobody knows here.
That sounds right. I had a card, a Michael Jordan card when we were kids, and I remember reading all that crap on the back, like, because that's how you'd find information, right?
What was the number?
217. That's a month after your birthday, huh?
It is, yeah.
Is that why you remember it, maybe?
Sounds like he's
probably
tempted by this one.
This one is very tempting.
My goodness.
It's very tempting.
Do you know the song?
I know the song.
Okay,
Do you need time to think about it? Because I got something from the previous number.
Yeah, give me some time.
Okay, hit it.
Habemus Papam.
Time for Pope stuff. Yeah, that Pope stuff. Here's some Pope stuff. Time for Pope stuff.
All right, this is from the year 769. Where are we at? Here we go. This is a string of days, April 12th through the 15th. Pope Stephen III summons a Lateran Council. The papal election procedure, abuse of which has led to the election of the anti-popes, is changed, and the iconoclasm of the Council of Hera is anathematized. I think that's how you pronounce that word. I have no idea what that word
Anathematized,
means.
yeah.
Anathematized, is that it?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Anathema is, I don't know really a definition, but it's basically like that's separated from the official. It's kind of like, okay, that's anathema.
Oh, I thought that was like one of those.
It's not included. We push that off to the side. That doesn't jive with everything.
I thought it was some kind of precious stone.
So it sounds like something that Andy alluded to earlier. This sort of gave rise to the anti-popes.
Yeah.
This whole scenario of changing election procedures just on a whim. So there you go.
All right.
Pope Stevie Wonder III.
And this was during the time of Charlemagne, which is interesting.
What makes that interesting?
I don't know. Just that's a name you always hear in the history books, and I couldn't tell you what years he lived from, but it's just to have someone that I've heard of be around the same year as the Pope stuff is always interesting.
All right. Where was Charlemagne from?
He was French, right?
I don't know. Sounds French. I just don't know.
He's not from Charlotte.
Could be.
Also known as Charlotte the Great. I mean Charles the Great.
Charles the
excuse
Great.
me. Yeah.
King of the Franks.
I had no idea.
Queen of the nighttime world.
Why not, right? Okay,
I
so
was considering that name for a baby.
Charlemagne?
A boy named Charlemagne.
I respect
Because
that.
I figured we could totally say that we named him after a blaxploitation movie.
What's that one called?
No, I'm just saying.
Just called Charlemagne?
Just if there was something called Charlemagne Jones. Then
It would just sound like it.
Because there was Cleopatra Jones. I believe
okay.
Pam Grier might have been in the titular role.
I never really saw any of those movies. You ever
None
watch
of
any
them?
No.
Shaft? Superfly?
Blackula.
No.
Watch Blackula.
I watched Black
for
Dynamite, which was like a redo of that. In
or like I'm Gonna Get You, Sucka.
2008 or
Well,
something.
that's a send up of
That's
the
what I mean.
genre.
But that's
yeah.
what
Well, Black
Andy's-
Dynamite was a little more serious. I mean, it was comedic, but it was like it wasn't a Wayans comedy. It was just like
Well,
trying to do that. There were parts of it that seemed serious, but
now
then
is that a cartoon?
No, it was.
What's
a
the
movie.
What's the Adult Swim? Anyway, but there's
The what?
no, there's like an Adult Swim cartoon that's basically I think trying to be a
Oh, okay, I don't know it.
like a blaxploitation film, but I don't remember what it was called.
I don't know. I'm out of the loop on
Tom,
that.
you're big into those movies. What's your favorite?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I've seen what Shaft, and that's it.
Chef
The
goes-
original
The,
or
ori-
the
the,
remake?
the original. I never saw the
Or
remake.
the one with Jackie Mason in the title role.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. like Caddyshack.
I
2.
wasn't saying yeah to that. I was just
Oh.
continuing my
No,
thoughts.
that's a
it now.
Caddyshack 2 joke.
Okay. Okay.
I had no idea what he was talking about.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
nobody did. All right, so
Shaft Hartoonian. Anyway,
Tom, have you come to a decision?
I have.
What are you going to do?
I'm bushwicking the third song just because you guys have done this artist before.
All right. Well, that's
So
all right.
all right. So you're bringing your.
I'm
your
pretty sure you guys did the artist.
We did.
So-
Yeah,
we
you did,
definitely
right?
did.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember how long it's been, but it was. I would say within the last year.
Yeah.
We don't
oh,
want it.
okay. Yeah.
Well, they can fact check me, right? They got access to the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Well, no.
No,
No?
they don't have access.
Oh, they
The
don't?
three of us do.
Oh, I
That's
thought.
it.
Oh, never mind.
Contribute.
No,
and
no.
they don't. Nobody knows what you've bushwicked.
Okay.
Either, so yeah.
All right.
But if you pay me on the side, I'll tell you. It's a
See?
PayPal thing. I'll send you the link in the chat. Nothing.
That was one. That was one take, Andy.
I'll pull my bird out
One
and send you a
take.
picture. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
Tom did that laugh in one take.
That was good.
He sent it over. I'm like, yep, using it.
Yeah, you nailed it. Same one 2 times?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's perfect. Are you going to do this one then? That we talked about
Yeah,
earlier?
yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's not a different one in your mind? I don't know it, so I'm just asking. There's not one in your mind? Maybe, that's better or that's perfect?
I want it to be off the list.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. So your Hopper song is on the list?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Oh, well, hold on. Quickly, Tom. There's also this.
Oh dear.
So you can make a decision of those
Wow.
because they're related.
Well, then they're are they on the same page? No, they're not.
They're a little further down, but I mean, they're, it's on the list, man. So you can do whatever you want. You're the boss. This is your wheelhouse, and I don't know it. I don't think any of us do, so I feel like it's up to you to
All right.
bring us.
All right. I got my choice.
Okay, you know the album title?
I do.
Okay. All right, here. Then let's bring in our second most attractive podcast friend, Chris Jericho!
All right, Harold. This one's called
Freak of the Week,
Off of
the Hey album,
by the band.
The Marvelous Three.
We had a groan over here.
Well, we had a lengthy discussion about this band in the pre-show live stream, and I'm completely clueless about who they are or what they've done, and apparently they're on a reunion tour. Is that what's happening, Tom?
Yeah, they're reuniting. It's been about 20 plus years. I think like early 2000s they called it quits. And they're doing a few ones in 3 shows in Atlanta, 2 shows in Chicago, and a new album coming out, I believe, sometime next year.
So, for those of us who are not terribly knowledgeable of this band
About
or
anything.
anything,
Welcome.
who-
You're
who,
among
uh,
your people.
Yeah.
who's the standout member of this group that we all would know?
Butch Walker.
Yes,
Anybody know Butch Walker?
I do because of you.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I'm familiar with the band because of Tom, and that's it. And then some people who listen to the show
Well,
mentioning them,
and
but
I-
I don't know their music.
And Tom sent me a few years back when we were doing February, and I brought in that Hall & Oates CeeLo Green thing. He sent me the Butch Walker "Say It Isn't So," which is incredible.
From Daryl's house.
Yeah,
Really?
when Butch Walker was on it. Yeah,
Wow.
fantastic.
That's very good.
We should do that then, because that is far and away our most downloaded episode. I don't understand.
A lot of stuff went down.
I don't understand what happened. That's the seafood omelet episode.
Well, there you have it.
What was it, like maybe at least 3 times more downloads than the second place episode? Something weird happened
going
with that
on?
episode. I don't know what it was. Nothing like it before or after.
Well, Tom was on that one.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
CeeLo went down and downloaded it a bunch of
That
times.
could have been it. Something goofy happened. Like to recreate that. That would be nice. So, Tom, make it happen.
What year is this approximately? Approximately.
I think it's 99,
Okay.
98 or 99.
So, like, really, what was the avenue that you would go down to find these guys, to find out about these guys? Was it a live show? They were opening for a lot of people, or I mean, there wasn't much radio play, was there?
No, they had. I think this was their standout single, the only one that they had, and I guess standout's pretty generous. It was on Chicago radio. They played Chicago a few times during their run. Never got to see them, but they never really hit it big.
Well, can I tell you what our friend who submitted this song said about it?
Yeah.
Where's it at? Freak of the Week. So this came from Matt Stevenson. Thank you, Matt. And Matt says, I'm fully with Mr. Kotul's views on this band. Not their best song, but the one that broke biggest in the U.S. Number 5 on Modern Rock Tracks chart. Number 23 on Mainstream Rock charts. So there you go.
And what year did this come out?
This is 98, this album.
So
On
forgive me if you already said this. Would this have been when you were still in high school, or like summer after, or going into college? What was it?
I'm actually not sure. I didn't start getting into them until the next album.
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest.
So then you went back.
I didn't
Gotcha.
find them until about 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, I'll allow it. Okay. So, Nick, you know this one?
I don't.
No, you don't know this
No,
one.
I'll be honest. I know some Butch Walker songs, but I don't think I know anything by this three-piece.
Yeah, they were.
I-
They used to. They were three. The three members of Marvelous Three were also three members of a band called South Gang. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, they were a hair metal band.
Oh, really?
They had a song called "Tainted Angel." I wasn't familiar with them back in the day. I wouldn't know. I didn't know if you would. That would ring a bell.
Never
Chris.
heard of them. No.
They were just kind of. If you go back and look at them and kind of listen to them, they're kind of like in that Slaughter look and sound.
And it was all three of them.
Yeah, and it was another singer. I think his name was Jesse Hart. He was the singer.
Ah, yes. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Okay. So, this was like a little bit of a dumb question, but maybe not. There are three. It's a trio in the Marvelous Three?
It's a trio.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
making sure. That would be odd if it wasn't, but you never know.
Yeah.
Sillier things have happened in rock
There's
music.
what the Ben Folds 5 doesn't have 5 members in it. Isn't that true?
I would say that's true. It's probably
Aren't
got
they
like
also
14.
a trio?
I'd say anywhere between 3 and like 50, depending on whatever.
50?
Well, he also does like weird sitting in with orchestras and whatever, where it's
Under the name of Ben
I think
Folds
it's like
5.
Ben Folds 5 with the blah blah blah.
Well,
you know,
okay,
but
that
I
doesn't
just,
count.
Okay, but I just mean on stage, you can get any number,
Right,
So,
but
yeah.
it's never just 5.
It can't be 5.
So, yeah.
All right,
So tell me again how these guys ended up on your radar. You just heard them on the radio?
I
or-
didn't hear him on the radio. A buddy of mine, friend of the podcast, friend of the cafe, David Tomko.
Okay.
I believe it was his brother who found him, and Dave introduced me to them. Yeah, I think this was pretty much just after high school, so that was it. Because I never heard him on the radio. So that was done by the time I got into him. But
so when their second album came out, they weren't playing any of that on the radio. It was just this, pretty much.
well, this was their second album.
Okay, I'm sorry. The one that the third, then the one that you.
Yeah,
had
I don't
yeah.
remember hearing him on the radio.
Yeah. Okay.
So would you say it's most likely the case that they're going to be or are already more popular now than they were in their heyday?
I think they
That
might
this,
be just
this reunion is getting much bigger responses.
It is. It probably stems from him having a successful solo career
Yeah,
and
there's been
a producing career.
There's been a cult following that's
Yeah.
kind of amassed over the years.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Probably like, let's do it now.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, he's produced Weezer albums, Fall Out Boy albums. I mean, Avril Lavigne. I got some big names. Even Taylor Swift, I believe.
Yeah,
he had a
noticed
part in
that.
it.
okay.
So what venue in Chicago is this reunion show is happening?
It's at the House of Blues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm always happy when something's there because it's a lot easier to get to. We're getting old, and
You still work pretty close to them?
Yeah, and I hate trekking up to
So say
anywhere
you
like the
could-
Aragon or something anymore.
Yeah.
It's too far.
You could walk there, right? To the House of Blues from your job?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay. When is the show?
November 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a while. A ways away.
It's a good time to go there.
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
Be hot and packed in there. Then you get that rush of cold air that you always get after being in a show. Right when you hit the doors on the way out.
Yeah. That's about when we saw Paul Stanley there. November, I think.
Yeah, like the 6th or something.
That sounds
maybe.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, the fall concerts are always nice to go to.
Oh, I love a nice fall event. Fall outing. Can't wait.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You know what? Are you guys ready to get into this?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do that. We're going to play a commercial, but quickly, a couple dollars just landed in my pocket, so I have to read a couple birthday wishes.
Yeah.
I want to say happy birthday to Fielding Fowler's son, Spike. Just turned 18.
Happy birthday, Spike.
And then to...
You're a good guy.
Yeah, and to Bev Paget, Biv DeVoe's 4-year-old daughter, Madeline. Happy birthday, Madeline.
Happy birthday, Maddie.
Hope you have a nice day, both of you.
Now, it may or may not be true that Spike Fowler looks like Joe Perry. Not really sure if that's accurate, but I've heard some talk on the street there. So just thought I'd throw that in there. Why not? It's my show.
And Madeline's adorable.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. All right, let's get a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Freak of the Week. Oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know that's what we were getting.
Wow.
I had no expectation of a drum machine.
I think, can you take it back to the beginning again? That was
sorry.
That was interesting.
What, did you think you had the wrong song or something?
I thought it was a commercial.
Yeah, that was an ad. Commercial. I was taking an extra ad on the side.
How long have you been doing this?
No, I just didn't.
Andy's.
I don't know what this band sounds like. I thought it was going to be like a guitar thing right away.
Okay, if you don't know what they sound like,
Take
just
it easy.
hit play and you'd be like, whatever.
Well-
Okay, I don't know what they're going to sound like, but this is it.
Well, there's this thing we do where we stop it and we talk about interesting things. We don't just play the whole song through.
This is true.
So I stopped it and was going to say that's interesting.
that's
I
why a
wasn't
lot of-
expecting
That's
that.
why a lot of people stopped listening during the Kiss episodes. They
They
wanted
just
to
wanna
hear the whole Kiss
song.
song.
Yeah. All right, let's start it over.
That's a cool little groove there. Forgive me for bringing up the same band all the time, but a little Letters to Cleo-ish. At times they get into this sort of sound, a little bit like a little minor sounding, something like that, where you're expecting a resolve to be happening at some point, and a very probably deliberately.
He's not obsessed, is he?
There's
a certain song
answer this question honestly, Nick. Would you take it in the ass from someone in Letters to Cleo?
I did let them pull my stent out.
Okay, close enough.
Even if it was, the drummer.
Does he get the lowest billing or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but that intro. It's almost video game-ish, 8-bit-ish.
Yeah.
Which is fun, I guess. And it's just weird that it only happens for a few seconds. Pops right out of it, which I'm a fan of. I like when there's an intro that builds and builds and builds, successfully, whatever. But when there's just something out of nowhere that goes in a different direction, I think that's cool. Unless we get back into that beat, I don't know.
I think we call that the Letters to Cleo transition.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Look it up.
No, they didn't do that. Sorry. No, unless that beat comes back later. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to spoil it, but.
I don't know the clothes that I got, 'cause all the geeks that I meet, they all look cooler than me. But what to do when they're all looking at you, 'cause you're the freak of the week, 'cause you're on the TV. Can you make me a promise? Stop it before.
Noticing that the bass is more prominent than the guitar here. The bass is kind of carrying that.
It is.
Yeah. Well, is that typical of their sound? really bass heavy like that?
For these first two albums, I believe they are.
It's got a Mike.
I think you get a little,
Dirnt
you get a more
tone.
you get a little more balance in the third album.
Which is something to aspire to.
It's got a Mike Dirnt tone.
Yeah, that elusive Mike Dirnt tone. Apologies to Jackie, our resident Green Day fangirl.
No, I'm just saying it has that sort of sound to it.
No, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
No, I thought it was pretty balanced. I mean, the drums are definitely forward in the mix and sounding good. I mean, again, into the 90s, producers either figured out or were allowed to get a proper drum sound versus the bullshit that was characterized most of rock and hard rock drum sounds of the 80s, so that's definitely a step in the right direction. I'm getting a tad of a dash of the Everclear guy in the vocals, which obviously is not to my liking, but in general it just sounds like some of the sort of the power pop of the day, if you will, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, that's definitely the category right there, power pop.
But it evolved over the years. The power pop of the early '80s, of like your off Broadways or the Babies, it definitely sounded different. As the years went on and toward the end of the 90s. And would it be, you guys would know this better than me, I've got a cursory knowledge of the band I'm about to compare them to a little bit, so maybe you guys might know better than me, but would you say there's some elements of Husker Du, the Bob Mould thing going on here?
I have a very limited knowledge of them as well.
No, that sounds right. And that,
Andy would probably know most about Mold and Husker Du than anybody else in the room. But my cursory knowledge of them, and also Sugar.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm more familiar with Sugar, and that kind of sounds like it could be
It might be where I'm going with this, because I lived in a coach house across the street from the Metro for like a year and a half. The fucking guy I lived with, he played that goddamn Sugar album
Copper Blue.
every fucking day that we lived together.
Yeah.
So I think, I tried to avoid it. I couldn't avoid it because he played it constantly, but I think that's where my, only knowledge of anything Bob Mould. Not that I have anything against him, obviously hugely influential and a giant figure in music, but I never was exposed to really any Husker Du in college, and then when I got here at Chicago, that against my will, that Sugar album was drilled into my skull. I mean, I didn't dislike it, I didn't like it enough to hear it every fucking day. I lived with this
for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, back in the day when you couldn't separate yourself from your roommates and your music, and you couldn't hide from like people do today.
You blast it through the communal stereo in the living room. And actually, Andy will appreciate this. The other album he played that I heard every day when I lived with this clown, Rust in Peace, Megadeth.
Oh, really?
Megadeth and Sugar.
It's an odd combination.
Yeah, well, he was an odd guy, believe me. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, and I can get past the hints of Everclear that I'm hearing in the vocals. At least I'm going to try to, for Tom's sake.
Elvis, I think he wears the coolest suede shoes when I come in with the blues. He thinks it's all about culture and art, but the truth of it is that it rips me apart. Can you make me a promise? Stop it before we begin. Will you hold on to my head if I ever do?
That was long enough.
That was good.
we went. That was a long time without a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that whoever's behind this, which seems to be Butch Walker, I'm assuming, is primary songwriter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I assume he produced this as well.
He produced. Yeah, he was co-producer with somebody else. I don't think it was all him.
Before he got the reins.
Yeah.
To do it
I
by
mean,
himself.
this is very like we heard a lot of songs since then that have a similar chorus to this that were very big. Like this, a lot of popular music ended up being similar to this. So it seems like either his influence was big or he was proficient and very good at something that was kind of like a movement that
wasn't happening.
That was happening already.
But at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean because this type, musically I can't break it down. Just I don't know what type, with the combination of the chords and melody, I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it's as soon as you hear it, it's like, okay, yeah, for the last 20 something years I've heard this a lot.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. Do people cite him as an influence? I mean, I know, like, as far as you were saying, his production credentials and everything like that, but this band, are they cited by, like?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now.
No, it's not like
I'm sure there is. I know, like, when this whole reunion thing started, coming out, Portnoy, like, saw it and never heard of this band, and all he's doing was tweeting about how did I miss this band in the 90s.
Oh,
they're
wow.
great.
Really?
Yeah.
Portnoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's all over the place, huh?
Yeah.
The Dream Theater guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I don't know if you'll know this or not. Was this song from any kind of soundtrack or something at this time? Because it's kind of vaguely familiar, but maybe it's like what
Yeah.
Nick said, where it's just something that feels familiar, just listening to something of this era.
This chorus for
Right.
sure. Well, a verse too, but the chorus for sure.
I don't know if
like
it was on
10
any
Things I
soundtrack.
Hate About You or
it's
something.
It's familiar for sure. Yeah.
Can't Hardly Wait, something. One of those movies.
That would have been
at
the
that era.
right year, I think.
Yeah.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
That's about
maybe,
what the
who
song's
knows?
about, right?
Yeah.
They were in an episode of Charmed, but that wasn't this album.
I haven't gotten into Charmed yet.
Well, it's sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll get there. I'm coming around.
Oh, this band they apparently toured with one of Andy's favorite bands,
Cool.
Train.
Ah,
Oh, Jesus. Well, this would have been a better band on the bill. No,
I mean,
not
that's
much of a debate.
No,
about
it's not
that.
saying much.
you guys are not Train fans at all, huh?
Well, I can't wait. I'm hoping for a future episode. I won't give any more away than that, but for Train to be featured would be on a very specific type of episode.
Andy, are you a Train fan?
Would be
Or is this sarcasm going way over my head?
No, it's we talked about Train at one point, and I said there was a song. I don't even remember what it was called. I'd have to go back and listen to their hits of whatever year, but it would have been like maybe 2010. It was like a later one for them, 2010, 2012, something in there. And I really liked it. It was the only Train song that I liked. But
Really?
Because I didn't like those original songs, like those 2000 Drops of Jupiter, 2001, 2000 songs, and whatever couple hits they had then. I didn't. Hey, Soul Sister. I did not like that stuff.
Terrible.
And then they had some song that I heard, and I didn't know who it
it's
was.
It's not Calling All Angels, is it?
No,
That's another bad one.
no.
They're all bad, really. I'd be interested to hear which song of theirs you actually like.
I'll find out and let you know. But
They also have I believe they have a song called "Marry Me." It's like, just shut up with that, you fucking milquetoast pandering jackass.
You know, once Soul Sister hit, I'm sure they were like, all right, we know how to write to the audience that's most receptive. And Marry Me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Marry Me is the
No,
sentiment.
they tapped into a formula, no question about it. Or that fucking Save Me San Francisco.
yeah, that's
Out of here. Fucking haven for homeless people is what San Francisco has become. Every other storefront is empty. Nobody can afford to live there. What a shithole San Francisco has become. Save me, San Francisco. Save yourself, San Francisco. Figure it out. There's problems there.
Do you want me to tell you the song I liked, or do you not?
Yeah,
wanna
go
know?
ahead. I
Okay.
do want to know.
is called 50 Ways to Say Goodbye.
That
I don't
fits
think I've
right
heard
in.
it.
I heard it. I just like, not like, oh my God, I'm doing a backflip. This is great. But I was like, who's that? I didn't know who it was. And I found out it was Train. I was like, oh, I don't like Train, but I do like that.
Huh.
So there you
It
go.
happens.
Yeah.
It's like marry me, parentheses, no.
Marry me.
But like,
Get outta here.
Meet
She said
Virginia.
yes.
Meet Virginia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. That was their first single,
Yeah, I think
too.
that was the
Yeah.
first one.
Remember when I heard that, I'm like, God, this is shit.
Are
Then they
you,
just kept coming with Train singles.
Oh, is it just the dude now? Train,
It is.
It's just the one guy now. He's just Train.
He is trained.
Seems like it, yeah.
Like the Apple Music picture is usually a band photo.
It's just the caboose.
Yeah, it's just that guy. I don't know his name, but
Did you?
Pat something, I don't know. Who cares?
Do you guys
Pat
know?
Neiman. Hey, Pat Neiman.
Hey, Pat. Do you guys know what album Train came out with in 2016?
I don't.
It's called Train Does Led Zeppelin 2.
Yeah, I knew that. That's
I'd
another.
never heard of that.
That's another reason why I hate them is they desecrated probably my favorite Zeppelin album.
I was
Just you assholes.
When we did that Mr. Bone Great White episode, we talked about
Yeah.
that, how those are two bands that people always say, oh, you got to hear them do Zeppelin.
Yeah.
now. Like their original songs I don't like.
But they did
But you
the whole.
gotta
They
hear-
did the whole fucking album. Talk about stripping away any of the edge or the swagger from Led Zeppelin 2. Like answering a question nobody asked. It's like, let's hear a milquetoast version of Led Zeppelin 2. I think that's what the world needs right now. Absolutely not. Fucking unbelievable garbage.
I'm not doubting you, but did you listen to it?
I mean, out of curiosity, I did, and it's just, I couldn't sit through it.
Yeah, it
There's
was
no
bad.
balls to
There wasn't? Okay. I vaguely remember hearing that existed, but
Was
never
it
listened to
was it an acoustic rendition?
Oh my
No,
Would that-
no, full electric band.
Yeah.
Oh no. Looking up the song that I was hoping we would do on a very specific episode of Train. Butch Walker co-wrote it.
Now there you go. There's your connection.
What in the world?
Hey man,
Uh-oh.
there's money to be made. Why not?
yeah, that's exciting. So they do have some kind of, not only did they tour together, they have an ongoing friendship.
Apparently.
All right. Let's keep going here.
Tell me I sold out. Tell me I sold out. Go ahead. Tell me I sold out. Tell me I sold out. Go ahead. I spent a lot on all the clothes that I got. 'Cause all the geeks that
Now, I don't know much about Husker Du. Is that passage we just heard, is that something that they would have
I don't think
been
so.
known for? Okay. Because the reason I say that is I remember hearing someone compare the Foo Fighters to Husker Du and basically saying, like, there's a very direct sound connection there. I don't know this, but that made me think of, like, right there with it dropping out and just kind of having the one guitar and then kind of like a more subdued kind of vocal where you know it's going to kick back in. That's very big, like, Foo Fighters move.
But I never knew of Husker Du being a proponent of that tactic. As far as I know, they were always like full on high volume,
that's- yeah.
loud rock and roll band, you know. And I don't recall hearing that from all the days I was subjected to that Copper Blue album. That was more of a Pixies thing,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Pixies were always up and down with the dynamics.
Yeah. So that thing that part we just heard was definitely of the time. You know, even in the late '90s, people or bands were resorting to that.
I mean, they all look cooler than me. But what to do when they're all looking at you? 'Cause you're the freak of the week. Tell me a sign. Can you make me a promise? Stop it before we begin. Will you hold on to my hand?
So when he said, you know, you're the freak of the week, Andy might remember this, but the old California Games video game.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Of course.
So anybody back in the 80s who played California Games and played the BMX bike obstacle course
Yeah.
level, whenever you wiped out, there'd be an insult
Oh yeah.
at the bottom of the screen. And I remember Geek of the Week was always one of them that we used to enjoy.
That's good. Geek of the week. Those were cool games. For
They
the
were
time.
World Games, Winter Games, the
Oh,
barrel
man.
jumping. Come on,
What was this on?
that was on.
Commodore
We had it
64.
on the
That's
Commodore,
right.
but I'm sure it was probably on the Mac at some right
I'm sure.
or whatever Apple was doing at that point. Probably.
Yeah, it was a computer.
Yeah,
A line of computer
Were you
games.
guys the only one with a computer back then?
I think we were the originators
I think
of the
you were
computer.
the OGs.
Yeah, we had that
Yeah.
Miller Pro.
It wasn't really cool yet.
Yeah, we had computers forever.
I know. Even later, wasn't it? We were trying to watch the live stream of a Metallica concert back in the '90s.
Oh, I don't even remember
That was Jared. I think it was Jared's house.
Was that Jared's house?
Yeah, Jared had he had the internet. We were like, what? The
I don't know.
internet?
Was he the first one on the internet?
Yeah.
I remember my friend Pete had the internet before we did. We'd go over there and
Yeah, we were late to the game.
Use his internet.
use his dad's internet. His dad was all about that.
You bring over your own AOL CDs to use those minutes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That was fun. And then you just print out stuff from web pages. So I remember doing that.
I want this picture.
Yeah, we're just going to print these things. Print out the web page because I'm not going to be able to see it again. Yeah, I want to read this on the toilet when I get home.
I want to look at this picture. Yeah, this poor printout.
I remember he printed me some nude pictures. Not of himself.
Well, only if they were on the internet already.
That would have been weird.
What was it strip poker over at Rudy's house or something?
There was some
It
game,
was very grainy.
some crude game. Yeah,
A computer game? That was like a strip poker game?
I think.
I think so.
There was something like that.
Like an 8-bit boobs game?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that as
Wow,
well.
man.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Those were the days.
Yeah. I wonder if you can get all those games like on
There's
just play them on a
I don't
website
know
or
which
something.
ones for sure, but if you go on, I think it's like archive.org. There's a video game area. I forget what it's called.
Mm-hmm. They have all that
Some sort
stuff?
of like emulator, I think it's referred to as. But yeah, there's you could play a decent amount of those older games on. I don't know if they all work. I've tried it a few times and it's like, all right, I'm pressing all the keys and nothing's moving.
No.
I've never
But,
had luck with emulators
Yeah,
over the
they
years.
suck.
Yeah, I mean it's. I don't know.
It's not up to Tom's standard. Emulators.
That pro wrestling game, I forgot what it was.
With the Starman.
What the Starman? I
Yeah.
still remember some of those theme songs. They're just like
Yes.
made up weird 8-bit songs, but I could still think of how they
I
sounded.
agree.
Weird. Do that next week. It's gonna be my theme next week.
You're gonna come running in to the Starman song.
Bite Tom's head like that one guy. All right, let's continue.
If I ever lose it again, can you make me a promise? Stop it before we begin. Will you hold on to my head? If I ever lose it again. Can you make me a promise? Stop it before we begin. Will you hold on to my head? If I ever lose it again, can you make me a promise? Stop it before.
Is really there only one lead vocalist in the band, or like
Yeah.
okay, so we got the harmonies going on and stuff. Is that recreated live usually? The bass player or drummer?
Bass player does
Yeah.
sing. Yeah.
Okay.
but
Have you,
that's
have you
not
seen
him.
this band live before?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
But the I'm just listening in. It sounds like you need good cardio to be able to sing this one, and I'm assuming you got to have good cardio to be doing the backup harmonies as well. So I'm just wondering, is this one of those
Yeah,
bands?
from clips
where
I've seen, Jace is singing. So I don't know how much BVs are using like live, like
Yeah.
if they're actually pumping stuff in. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they
I'll
are
find
now.
out. Yeah,
Who isn't
We'll
right
see.
now? It's over with. Not doing that.
Yeah, it's industry standard at this point. Even for nobodies, Nobody's are doing that, and have been for years.
I saw Yo-Yo Ma doing that on PBS the other day.
He had Bonamassa coming through the monitor. It's the other guy who's on PBS.
Is he on there?
I've seen him on there.
Yeah, doing some
Guitar
guitar show.
He's a darling of PBS. I don't know if your Josh Grobins are still around doing that, but
that was at one point.
that's
He was the guy
man, that was a way to sell albums.
to be on PBS.
Yeah,
and then,
and because I remember when I worked in the music section at the store, the people would come in and they'd get upset because like they're selling it. Like I know it exists. I'm like, yeah, we can't get it. Like
sold
it's
out or something?
No, it's just
You can only get it on PBS.
yeah, for
that
a while,
particular-
and then there'd be some kind of deal that would come along where they'd sell it everywhere. But they'd
was
be
it like a specific live show or something, or just
I don't know if it was just a regular album.
Really? They did that?
Yeah, I think they would have some kind of deal with PBS.
So
where
Josh Groban fans were actually coming in and being angry
they
in
were,
the store.
and
They were getting violent
They
with
were
Nick.
all like
flipping displays over and
They were-
busting shit up.
women 50 and over were crazy about Josh Groban. Crazy.
Actually, I have some security audio from when Nick told one of those women that they didn't have the albums.
Hell no! Trash ass
Might as well have been, man. They were ferocious.
The original Karens, if you will.
Oh, they were, yeah.
Chaos.
It was.
Really, it was chaos.
Well, I wouldn't say. I mean, it wasn't Cabbage Patch
it
Doll.
was like
chaos.
Rex Manning Day,
It was. I mean,
Josh Groban Day.
Tickle Me Elmo, maybe. No, it was. Yeah, I mean, it was like once if you, it's not maybe not on par if like Oprah talked about my book. That is like okay, you're sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're on PBS though, yeah, the word got out and people would start running to the stores.
That
is crazy.
interesting. Yeah. I guess that makes sense,
What
though.
do you mean the word got out? How did that happen?
People, whoever the crowd, the crowd that watches PBS
Comes
And-
on
Well,
after
if
the
you're-
If
cooking
you're a
shows.
featured new artist on there,
Well,
and there's a
if you-
live show.
But
or
if you
something,
wanted to buy the album and you're watching it on PBS, just buy the fucking
Yeah.
album on PBS.
That would've- that
what do you
would've
think?
worked,
You're
too.
going to go down to the record store and get it for cheaper or something?
unless it's only $100 on PBS.
I was going to say, PBS, they always do those things where it's like you have to buy it and then you get a mug and
Yeah.
a CD and a booklet, and then you have to give
All
a
right,
donation.
But if you're that big of a fan of his, pony up and get all that shit.
Yeah, stop being a freeloader.
Yeah,
Why are you yelling at me, Tom?
Are you going to learn? Are you going to learn
Josh
your
Groban
lesson? Thinking you're going to get that shit for cheaper. You lost.
Oh, they found out. They found out as soon as
You're
they got
getting
back home.
mad at Nick. I mean, fuck off.
they were-
Get out of here.
they were
go,
mad.
Go watch PBS again, and when it comes on, order it there, dummy. Stupid idiot. God. Like, it's really a bad thing to get a Josh Groban mug in addition to the CD you want. You're a fan of his. You're going to take all the shit you can get from him.
Maybe they weren't really ready to commit to such a ticket. They wanted to get the album and listen to it a couple times
Yeah,
before they
but
ordered the mug and
they
the
they seemed fairly,
calendar.
They were fairly rabid.
Okay.
I'd say.
All right, so there's a penalty to getting extra Josh Groban stuff. Come on,
There's no downside.
there is
Well,
no
you're-
downside.
You are paying for it,
That's
though.
all a downside.
Tom does not like Josh Groban.
No,
Only his acting, he's in the office.
was he? I don't
He
even
was
remember.
he was Andy Bernard's brother or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Okay.
I only know of him because he's the same birthday as
Michael
Kara.
Jordan.
As Kara.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like the same
Oh.
day, month, year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? To the day.
To the day.
So did you go take her to see him or what?
Oh,
that
no,
Would, that would
no.
that would kind of make sense.
No.
Yeah, I think, Tom, I think you're missing an
I think
opportunity.
this has to happen.
Nope.
When's her birthday? It's coming up?
I got her a mug.
Yeah.
$100 mug.
At least I don't have to go.
Yeah, there you go. That's fair. All right, we've only got a couple seconds here. Let's
Oh, a couple
finish up.
seconds.
Wobble, wobble. That's how it goes into the next song. Right into it. All right. I had no
I
idea.
thought that was a Boards of Canada song coming up.
What's that?
Anyway,
John Candy?
no.
SCTV?
Someone out there will know that reference, I'm sure.
Trying to think
Anyway.
of what Nick's got going on
Yeah,
there.
he's playing his games again.
What's that other thing I can't think of? Well, I'll think of it one day.
Of not making extra money off the podcast.
Oh, I never think of that. No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you got that right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Tom brought this to the show. So
Tom's paying Andy
Yeah, I'm
right
gonna
now.
do that. Thank you, Tom.
See, it's unbelievable.
Hey, it's part
Fistful of dollars.
It's part of the game, baby. You can get your money.
I never knew he hustled like this.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to 43.
Well,
Nick's learning.
I'm learning now.
Mhm.
Ugly truth of the world here.
What are you, 3 months behind? Now you'll get there.
I'll never get there.
Tom, you brought it to the show. You have to vote. Sweet surrender or kick in the crotch?
Sweet surrender.
It's sweet surrender. Hell yes.
Tell us why.
Yeah, I mean, he's been one of my favorite artists for God knows how long. Not one of my favorite songs by him, but I figured it would be a nice pull. Maybe somebody that wasn't familiar with him or the Marvelous Three might have remembered it from back in the day somewhere on the radio. Yeah, he's been in my top 5 artists for a very long time, and I know he's got some cheesy lyrics. He really does, but you know what? I like cheese.
You're a Def Leppard fan.
Yeah,
that shouldn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me, and I mean, but it might turn some other people off.
Yeah.
But
there's
it's right up my alley.
There's a vibe where it's like, okay, like this is a deliberate pop song.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
yeah.
So in that, a word I like to use for that is unapologetic. If it's unapologetic in that regard, who can find fault in it?
And also, define cheesy. There are different levels of cheese, and like anything else, there's a right way and a wrong way to do stuff, and a good way and a bad way to do stuff. And
There's an Everclear way to do something, and then there's
that's actually a good way.
all
to
the
put
other
it.
ways to do
It's
stuff.
like if Everclear tackled this song, they would ruin it. So
I think the vocals are beyond art Alex.
Once we get to the chorus, it's all over.
Oh yeah, those are some damn good vocals, both in terms of Walker and the other guy. I mean, you got to have your shit together as a singer to be able to pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Nick,
I'll give it a sweet surrender as well.
It's sweet surrender. Hell yes.
The power pop trio thing, not usually my cup of tea, by definition at least.
Not even if they have the Mike Dirnt tone on the bass.
that swings it over onto the other side of the fence. Yeah.
You kind of remind me of Mike Dirnt a little bit. I'm
just realized that.
I'm remembering that back from the cafe days. I would watch Nick in action. I'd be like, this guy's like Mike Dirnt. And that was it. Then my thoughts would move on to something else. But I was just like,
You're looking for the flourless chocolate
his
cake.
mannerisms, just the way he approached life. It was just
Does Mike Dirnt
just
approach
a
life?
Mike Dirt clone. Anyway, I derailed you. Go on.
But vocally, that's the thing I was gonna pick on, and it's making me think of like that Live at Daryl's performance, and it's like, man, this guy's a strong vocalist, and yeah, he's a strong vocalist on this one as well. The verse, like we had mentioned, we were with the Everclear comparisons. The verse is attainable for the average person. Once we get into the chorus, though,
Oh no, forget it.
it's a bit.
It's not a lot of singing in the verse. It's like kind of like in between,
which is like
singing
an
and
Everclear
not a
sort
surf.
of a thing.
Yeah.
Not exactly melodic necessarily, but storytelling, I guess, or setting it up or whatever.
And it's deceptively like challenging because it's a sing along chorus, and it's the kind of chorus that most people are like, yeah, I can sing that in the shower, or I could sing that at karaoke, but to deliver that vocal in the studio or on stage, very few people could pull that off.
Oh, let's just keep it moving. Give it to Chris.
Were you done, Nick?
Yeah.
Did I interrupt you?
No, I was
there?
done.
All right. I'll do a Sweet Surrender on it, sure.
It's sweet surrender.
Hell yes.
I, too, am not a huge devotee of power pop, but, I mean, I do like it because it's, it's rocking, and the best power pop has a rock edge to it I like, and it's got, good singing, loaded with hooks, which this song is, obviously. Reminds me of all those, almost like the Fountains of Wayne, that guy. I mean, that just the one hook after another. I mean, it's just in that wheelhouse, and it's pleasing to the ear, and it's rocking, and there's really nothing not to like about it. I've never heard of these guys before. I'm pretty surprised that they're doing this reunion thing and they're selling out. I understand it's just 5 concerts in 2 cities, but I've heard of Butch Walker, and I'm aware of him as a producer, but I didn't know he had a band at all. And the fact that they're popular enough to be creating this buzz around themselves 20 plus years later is pretty impressive.
All right, I'm voting, and I'm giving it a Sweet Surrender. Tom's too close to me to say anything else.
It's sweet surrender.
Hell yes.
You could choke me. Could kick me.
I wouldn't have.
You could, though.
I wouldn't.
A question for you. So this came out when it did, and you were a fan of this band when you were. So does that mean you were covering any of their songs when you were playing at the cafe?
We did.
Was this
did.
in a Small Time Crooks?
Yes, there was a Marvelous 3 song that we did.
Which one was
It
it?
was called "Let Me Go."
Let Me Go.
Off that album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was that when Nick was in there? Or was that before or after the Nick era?
Which
I think it was before.
Or is the Nick era still happening? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think it was before you.
don't think.
Yeah, I don't think you would. I don't think you did
Nick
it.
era.
Yeah.
That's no.
It might have been that one time when Greg didn't show up too.
There was a time you just
Who
didn't
knows?
I don't know.
I don't know. But you weren't there.
You
I
don't
think were
know?
there. I don't know. It's 20 plus years ago.
I know.
Oh no,
been
there
a
was one
while.
time where we had a show and Greg wasn't coming with us. It was just gonna be me and Dave, and we showed up and Chris was like, "Well, Greg didn't come to set up his drums. I thought you guys flaked."
Oh well.
We're doing it
It's
without
a
him
reasonable conclusion
Yeah.
to come to, but
today. But also not surprising.
no, not at all.
Well,
So that's it. That's all you got to say, Andy.
yeah. I mean, I kind of gave away whatever I was going to say during the thing, but just it does have a familiarity to it without me knowing for sure if I've ever heard it. So I wonder if I did or if
It's been
kind
popping up more on Sirius lately.
Okay.
Like Lithium.
Serious.
Lithium.
Who listens to that shit anymore? You?
It's in the girlfriend's car, so
She
she's
pays
got
for
it.
that?
Yeah. It's only got the Dave Matthews channel.
I didn't even know
well,
that shit still
It
existed.
still does.
I got commercials on TV. I just saw one the other day.
Yeah, I'm completely.
It was like everyone. It had Alice Cooper in it, and it was something about
I've seen
everyone you love is on Sirius or something like that.
But
It
why
was like-
would you get Sirius if you got? Why would you get that instead of Spotify, and you can just listen to whatever you want without some asshole talking at you or having ads?
Agreed. I don't understand.
I don't
why
think
she
Sirius
wants it.
has ads though, do they?
They
Oh, everybody
do.
has ads.
Do they have
That
ads?
was a that talk. That's the Aldi equivalent of radio, because
When it was new, they didn't have
the
ads?
initial
Okay.
selling point was no ads, blah blah blah, deep cuts, all this shit. Now it's all ads.
It's just
and the
radio?
same shit. Yes, it is.
Okay.
They pulled an Aldi on the world.
And everywhere you go on every station, it's a recycled DJ or recycled VJ from back in the day in MTV. It's like
And
downtown Julie Brown.
It's like, I don't want to hear you.
don't-
I don't want to hear you running your mouth. I want to hear my music. That's it.
Don't talk about downtown Julie Brown like that.
I'm just. That was just the
I'm
name
actually
I
with
pulled.
Nick on that. Let's have some respect there.
Legend.
Wubba wubba was the sound that was heard from the bathroom when I was rubbing one out to thoughts of Julie Brown back in the day.
Was it Jesse Camp?
Oh, he was.
Why do you
way
got to
later.
ruin it? Bringing up Jesse Camp. Jesus.
Wubba wubba.
Oh man.
You were a fan, Nick?
Yeah.
Julie Brown? Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I'm pretty sure
wasn't?
we all were.
Of course.
Yeah, how could you not be? I mean, good
Okay.
stuff. Leave it at that.
All right, we'll leave it there. But that was 4 Sweet Surrenders.
Yeah, it sure was.
All right, Hammond! I got a question for you.
I got a question.
Paul Stanley over there, live from the Parthenon Theater, Hammond, Indiana. Which I believe is 1974, not 75, but it's all right.
Who knows?
October.
Worth millions.
Not like anybody keeps track of that anymore.
Yeah, there's no Kiss people who remember dates of shows. Those Kiss people are something else, man.
Tell ya,
They're
I'm in a couple
weird.
of Facebook groups.
Ooh, they're weird people.
Somebody figured out how to do just basically you put, instead of tagging individual people, they just tagged like at everybody.
And then they
Yeah.
And I'm getting a notification for an
messages
auction
and-
for like a piece of cardboard that Paul Stanley looked at one time.
that's a good item.
I might put some,
It's probably Nick's piece of cardboard that he picked up off of Michigan Avenue after he met him.
Yeah.
It's
he
your auction.
Paul Stanley wiped a booger on it.
there was no toilet paper at Borders, so
There you go.
anything made out of a tree but softer, I was gonna pick up and take in there with me.
Go figure. Borders. Never. That place, I don't know what it was. Was it the coffee?
It was a disaster.
Because that should have been a place with a pristine bathroom, and there's just shit, diarrhea everywhere.
Oh, and
it was like a beach
it's
bathroom.
like a running joke. It's like a running joke on the internet. The filth of a Borders bathroom. It's kind of like when we found that reference to table showers in that discussion. It's like, okay, I just thought it was me, but no, it's a thing. For some reason, Borders bathrooms were just magnets for just filth and subhuman behavior.
Yeah.
Beach bathroom is the perfect description. You've used that on the show before.
I talked about when I went to the beach and I couldn't believe the mixture on the ground
Oh yeah.
of God knows what, but you could smell it.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't
Awful.
identify it with your eyes, but you could smell it. And it wasn't just the men's bathroom, right, Nick? The women's bathroom.
women's
was-
bathroom.
I'm told, yeah, that the women's bathroom was twice as bad, and I was shocked. In shock because they have this vision.
Ladies.
Ladies are ladies. They're dainty, gentle, cleaner,
Okay, well,
more but better behaved.
so for 4 summers, my job was in Parks and Rec at the suburb where I moved to from Detroit when I was 12, and grew up there, went to high school there, and parents lived there through my college years. 4 summers, my job was in Parks and Rec, so I worked this park. It wasn't a beachfront, but it was a lakefront, and there was, big picnic area and just places where families gathered and stuff, tennis courts, little swimming pool or whatever. One of my jobs was I had to clean the bathrooms. The women's bathroom wasn't twice as bad. It was 10 times as bad. Unbelievable in there.
Really?
Oh,
How does this happen?
and what we used to refer to as the surprise boxes, the little
Yeah.
tampon receptacles next to each commode. Oh my God. Horrific stuff.
I didn't even know that those were a thing. It makes perfect sense, but I didn't know that existed until back to what we talked about at the beginning of the day when I worked at Applebee's when I was 18.
Yeah.
And the manager's like, hey, go clean the tampon boxes. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Definitely not. I thought he was like joking, but I flat out refused even though he was serious. Like, I'm not even going in there.
Yeah.
Fire me now. I'm not doing that.
Oh, horrible! And
There's a girl. She'll do it. I'm not doing it.
Upside
I'm not going
of,
in there.
The upside of cleaning the surprise boxes, the women never use the motherfuckers. They just toss the tampons on the ground, flush them. Horrible. Absolutely
I thought you were
horrible.
gonna say there were tips in there.
That'd be nice.
There could have been $1 million cash in there. I wouldn't have reached in and grabbed it. Unbelievable in there.
I thought maybe your situation could have been because of the Josh Groban CD, but that is definitely not the case.
There was a rebellion in the air. Something.
Yeah.
There could have been vandalism.
I was going to say mix in another fluid in that bathroom with the Josh Groban CDs.
They didn't have the Josh Groban shrimp scampi collection at Applebee's. Let's go to the toilet.
Exactly.
They had a Seattle's Best Josh Groban latte, I'm sure. Wasn't that what was in there?
Yeah,
Wasn't that
in fact,
Seattle's Best?
One of the I think one of the seafood entrees was the Josh Grouper. For a limited time only at Applebee's.
For $100 on PBS.
All you could eat Josh Grouper fillets. Josh puppies served as a side dish. See, they should have had me working in marketing at Applebee's.
Yeah.
Gold mine.
You'd be done before lunchtime.
Exactly. My work here is done. I'm done for the day. So.
Cash me out.
Okay, we have to get to business here. We have to vote. Is this song a rock and roll boner classic? As voted by the 4 rock and roll boners in this room.
Well, Tom would
My
go
vote's
first,
in.
right? Yeah, my vote's in. Tom, Andy, me, and Nick in that order.
Sure.
Nick, is your vote in?
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
Andy?
Yep, my vote's in.
Rock.
No boner.
Uh-oh.
You're going to have Mike Portnoy to contend with over that vote.
I'm sorry, Tom.
No, that's okay.
We gotta can't give these things out like we used to.
I always remember. That's twice already.
What was the other one?
You shot Die Hard the Hunter down.
Oh, damn, I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a bad guy.
I was thinking about that episode because that's the only Def Leppard song we've ever done, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. And that was the day I walked out because it's some fucking handyman destroying my bathroom. And
That's what was going on that day?
Well, I'd come back from my golf outing, annual golf outing, so I was like sleep deprived and not in a good mood. But I'm getting my texts from my wife that the handyman just broke the toilet. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, I'm sorry,
Broke
I'm out.
the toilet.
Hey, fucking broke the top tank of my toilet down here. Had to get a whole new toilet. Unbelievable.
Did he drop it or something? Or was he like working
He
behind
tried to
it?
wedge it into the wall. I don't know how he did it, but it's like, why am I paying you to do this? I could have broken my fucking toilet.
He upper tanked it with no water in
Yeah,
the tank.
exactly.
People may not know that. That'll just shatter the tank.
If anybody's gonna break a toilet in this house, it's gonna be me because I
That's
live
fair.
here.
That's fair.
So
He dropped
But I was-
mixed cheesecakes on top of the toilet.
After a bout of the kidney stones and the painkillers, you might do it.
yeah. But I was thinking about that because I figured Tom would pick one of the Def Leppard songs that was suggested to him in one of our discussion threads. Make Love Like a Man, or that other one.
Yeah,
Somebody
no.
brought up.
I already had that chance. Did it once. If it came up, it was close.
Yeah.
It was pretty close. So on that last poll.
Yeah.
But nah, I already picked one.
Okay.
Yeah, you sure did.
Okay, well, if you disagree with us, we're sorry.
That's just the fucking way it is.
It is.
So, Nick,
Yeah.
what's going on over
Oh. Just another new piece of stupidity.
there? Okay.
Had an idea
Oh God.
for a little game we could play. Not really one that's we're gonna play multiple rounds in one go.
Mm-hmm.
I figure at the end of certain episodes we can have a known drum intro for a song. Just play that and let people take a week. Try to guess what it is. Next week we'll come back and we'll play the intro and then some of the songs so that they can see if they were correct. Guess the drum intro.
Guess the drum
kind
intro.
of thing like that.
Is that what it's called?
I guess. I tried to think of a clever name, but I figure those things usually happen after we talk about it.
That's true. Just let it happen. It'll
Let it
turn into
happen
something.
if it does.
If it does, it will.
It may not.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys are welcome to whatever. People can guess. They can guess it throughout this week on social media.
So if we in the room have thoughts on it, should we just not say anything? Is this for everyone else to play? We don't want to answer it if we know the answer, right?
No, maybe not.
Okay.
I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I
right.
really
This is
don't
well
know.
thought out.
Well, let's just play it, and then people can guess and let Nick know if they know what this drum intro's from. So here we go.
That's
Okay.
an easy one.
So we'll see. We'll see next week how many people get it.
Okay. And
That's an easy
and Nick's
one.
giving out what now for the prizes?
I'm not giving out anything.
Stents.
Come and pull my stent out
Okay.
and keep it.
Very fun. Okay.
Very fun. I bet you can't wait, Andy.
That's an easy one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, from one segment to another. If I can find the thing. Where are you? Okay, yeah. 10 years. Pot of Thunder, 10 years. And this week's message
that's right.
comes to us from our friend Steve Caldwell. Steve!
Pod strikes 10, must be Monday night. A decade of stupidity, but that's alright. Listen to Pod of Thunder tonight. Leave us a voice message tonight.
Hey guys, this is Steve Caldwell wishing a very happy anniversary to Andy, Nick, the mysterious Chris L., and also to Mrs. Jones and Jericho, Tom Kotul, Jay, the entire staff of Caribbean Cove, and really everybody who has kept this show going for 500 episodes, and more importantly, it made it great the entire time. And even when it wasn't great, it was always entertaining.
What do you mean it
I
wasn't
can't
great?
actually lay claim to have been listening since the very beginning, but I can pinpoint the exact date when Pod of Thunder poached me from Taka's Jericho. I had just started listening to Jericho in December of 2018 because he had some episodes with Steve Harris and I think Nico McBrain. And I came across the classic album clash between Alive and Alive 2. And as soon as I finished listening to that episode, I went back to episode 1 of Pod of Thunder and have never looked back. Came at a great time to just really reignite my lifelong love of Kiss that had really been waning ever since they broke up the Revenge lineup to do the reunion. But like I say, perfect timing because it got me heavily back into Kiss, made me really reevaluate some of the albums that I hadn't thought that much of. Things like Unmasked and even Peter's solo album, and most importantly, got me back into the fold just in time to put the makeup back on and take my daughter to go see the End of the Road tour back in 2019. It also really came at a great time for me because when I discovered the show, we were going through a lot of medical issues with my daughter, and I was spending a lot of time in the car, and I mean a lot of the time. In fact, I think I made it through the first 50 episodes in less than 2 months. And it was really just this great upbeat bit of light in my life at that time. And not to worry, this is not devolving into me asking to come up on stage and give Paul Stanley a hug at the KISS convention. Things are great, we're great, everything's great, but
I'll
Pot
give
of
you a
Thunder
hug.
still gives me exactly that every single week. A bit of light, some laughs, some good conversation, good camaraderie, a little bit of Pope stuff. And I know how much the show means to me. I know how much it means to a lot of the listeners. So thank you again. Congratulations. And also, hey, thank you for the Deep Purple podcast and In Obscuria, because I never miss them either. And those are both shows that give a lot of credit to Pot of Thunder for the fact that they're doing
Those
doing
are good
their own
shows.
thing. Congratulations on 500. All the best for 500 more. Take care.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, that's pretty
was
amazing.
lovely.
Steve, with a voice like that, you could hug me anytime. I think that's, well, yeah, first of all, thank you. That's very nice to hear all the kind things he said about us. And it's amazing that someone gets in, goes back to episode 1, and they're still with us today. That's a big commitment. So thank you.
Yeah,
But
it's a lot of content. But
another thing I especially enjoy this segment because we get to hear the voices of people that we know what their face looks like from their avatar on social media. We know kind of what they're like based on comments they make or just from following them or whatever. But we get to hear their voices, and it's like, man, okay. It's a voice like that, Steve. That's all I got to say. Got me charged up over here, buddy.
yeah, he's got a couple nipple hard-ons going over there.
Yeah, I said the same thing about
voice.
Mike Caruso. Just didn't expect these guys to have these voices.
You had the same thing. You said the same thing about Mike Caruso.
He had a very masculine voice. Not that I expect him to have some kind of wiener voice, but it was very...
I did.
A wiener voice.
It's just different than what I expected. So these guys should be the ones doing shows.
Well, that's
Professional
I think
voice talent.
anybody other than us should be doing shows, but here we are.
Yeah.
It's amazing, like how all these podcasts have intertwined. How people have found you. How people have found. Was it Kevin at In Obscuria?
Yeah.
That's a good show.
Yeah,
and
it is.
it was an early episode where he actually had South Gang mentioned in one of the
Really?
episodes.
See, there you go.
Yeah. So there's a little tie in there, but it's great stuff.
Well, the
Great
podcast community is very tight knit,
Yeah.
and we try to support each other whenever we can. There's it's no real rivalry except for those jag-offs at three sides of the coin or whatever the fuck they're called. I mean, they're not willing to participate in the community. They just think they're better than everybody else. So fuck
Is that the
'em.
vibe of those guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is totally.
Yeah.
And you should see the way they conduct themselves in their discussion threads on their social media. They're fucking confrontational and being dicks to people. It's like, who sticks around for that? This doesn't make any sense to me. But aside from them, everybody else in the podcast community is great and tight-knit and supports each other. And, in a lot of ways, it's like a music scene. Back in the day when bands would go to each other's shows and play bills with each other and promote each other, and that level of cooperation is what makes it all fun. And then hearing from a listener like Steve who said he's going through a rough time and we brought light to his life, that's just way beyond anything I expected to come out of this show. And to say that makes it worthwhile would be an understatement. So thanks for passing that sentiment along.
Definitely. Thank you, Steve. And let's take a quick commercial break. What do you say, Tom? Can we do it?
Do it.
All right, let's do it.
I don't get
Yards of questions.
motherfucker. I give them.
Sing away.
Yes, Chief.
Yeah. I love it. when we have a guest for. Well, I do.
Wait a minute.
For
Wait a
yard
minute.
for Yardzo questions. It adds another layer to.
What are you doing over there?
I'm fidgeting.
You playing with your
What's
Chewbacca?
What's the problem?
Okay. So these are perfect. Didn't even read them. Love it. But this came in today, I think after Chris posted an announcement that Tom would be with us today.
Oh,
That's my guess
no.
here. Because this came in today. It's from Chris Lashir.
Okay.
And he says, question 1 in honor of Tom Kotul. So...
Well, he was part of the pre-show live stream, so yes, he was aware of Tom's. Everybody was. It was on all social media.
Yeah. Question 1. Pot Nation is familiar with the Lover's Breakfast and seafood omelet. But what was the breakfast of choice when the pot guys were single?
Ooh, like, okay.
Getcha.
Would it be like a regular breakfast? Is that what we mean by go-to, or is it like if
Like
I
at a
could,
restaurant
if I
or
could
something?
have anything right now, I would choose this, even though it's not a regular occurrence.
It's not right what you would choose right now. What kind of breakfast did you eat like in your early 20s before you met your wife or was even dating anybody?
I was always a big pecan Belgian waffle guy.
But
Of
it
course
is so
you were.
believable, yeah.
Of course you were.
I still am, frankly.
But with that, like on a regular, like a Tuesday,
Anytime
before
I would
work,
go out to, if I was going out for breakfast, yeah.
What if you weren't?
If I wasn't, it was just something at home.
Yeah.
Probably didn't eat breakfast.
Just skip it.
I wasn't a big breakfast guy. Like I would never, before going to school, really. I mean, maybe when I was really young, but it's not like I would wake up and have breakfast.
No cereal? You weren't a
No, I don't. I
cereal
mean,
guy?
I don't do that now.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to work,
No breakfast?
I'll pack
You
something.
don't want that sugar rush to
I
get
pack
you going in the
something,
morning?
Just take it with me. I don't sit there and eat breakfast.
What do you
before I
drink in
leave,
the
though.
morning? You don't like coffee? What's
I just have some water.
Water. Who drinks water?
Who doesn't?
Good for you.
Who doesn't drink water?
But when you would go out to like a diner or a breakfast place, of which there are
Like the
tons
Steer?
of them in this
Yeah.
region, you would go for the pecan Belgian waffle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you did.
I
And
remember.
powdered sugar.
I remember that from back in the day.
Yeah.
But I,
Now I'm remembering.
I
That's
laughed
his
because I was
answer.
thinking that you were saying that you made that for yourself every morning.
I
like
think
Pee Wee
that's what we
Herman.
were all thinking.
No, I think it's more of like certainly in the spirit of the seafood omelet. I think it's a restaurant thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The crepes can happen at a restaurant as well, but that's more of a homemade thing. But and I think in the spirit of the seafood omelet and Tom being here, I think it's a restaurant thing.
Okay. Well, there's
And it didn't have to necessarily happen at breakfast hours. Could be one of those 24-hour places where you went at 3 o'clock in the morning with your friends and you'd order a breakfast type dish. So what was yours, Tom?
It was pretty simple. I mean, I just did eggs over easy with bacon, and like if I was at home, I didn't eat much. I'd make that if I was hungry, but you'd run out the door, you're grabbing a Pop-Tart.
What kind of Pop-Tart?
Oh, the brown sugar cinnamon.
Maple? Or no, brown sugar cinnamon.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't a maple, was there?
Yeah, but we
Probably
weren't.
there
was.
We
Was
I
there?
think so.
Yeah, there was, but we didn't care what we were throwing in our
What?
bodies when we were 20.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah. I look at Pop-Tarts and I'm like, how the hell did we eat those things?
Oh, man.
But they're so good.
I discovered...
Well, first of all, like everything else that we've talked about it time and time again, but they're tiny compared to what the size they used to be.
Chris, what's your breakfast?
I'm similar to Tom. I was like an eggs sunny side up kind of guy with some rye toast and either a sausage or a bacon. But occasionally I'd pop for the chicken fried steak. That's something you really not something you can readily make at home. You
That's
just
a good call.
kind of had to get it at a restaurant because they do it better, and it's not as you don't. It seems to me that it would be tough to make at home, and so the chicken fried steak was one that was ordered pretty frequently.
What's your like, not regular go-to, but what's like once in a while you would have this item for breakfast and you're like, oh wow, this is awesome. Like you don't have it all the time. I'll give an example. About once a year when Andy and I were in school, we'd wake up and our mom would be making funnel cakes.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
And we were like, what?
Yeah.
So that popped into my head as far as like...
Once a year, was it around a certain...
No, not that I can
time,
remember.
or-
It was just
yeah.
like, she just decided, I'm
was the day.
going to make funnel cakes.
Yeah.
And we had obviously
It's
no
March
clue going-
21st. It's
Yep.
funnel cake
We had
day.
no... March 29th, I'm just going to make funnel cakes.
Yeah.
That was a joke. I'm sorry, Andy.
How dare you?
just funnel cakes were happening. And we had no clue, but we'd get up and it would be like, usually you're pretty groggy. Instantly you wake up. Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever had anything like that where it was like once in a while you'd have just something maybe horrible for you, but absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I mean, every now and then I'll, get fancy, do the eggs Benedict or whatever at home.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
I'm not feeling like poaching eggs these days anymore. So once in a
there's
while,
a lot involved
yeah.
there.
So that's always a nice treat.
Do you ever blow it when you do those?
Do I ever what?
When you go to poach an egg, does it ever just not work out?
I think it's worked out pretty much every time I've done it.
I've never done it, but I can imagine just cracking an
fail.
egg and dropping it into boiling water. It might not happen every time.
It's fun.
Is
it's
it?
fun. You got to get the swirl going, like a little tornado
Really?
going. Put some salt in there, and
Okay.
just don't overcook it.
Well, there you have it.
There you go.
Tutorial on poaching eggs from
Chip
Tom
and Joanna
Kotul.
ain't got shit.
Apparently
on
not.
us.
I'm coming over tomorrow morning. Beats what I eat. Tom's not a healthy guy, but Tom's making elaborate breakfasts for himself. You doing like a homemade hollandaise sauce, or do they sell that in a...
No, I've
Sure.
made it. I've made it.
Look at you.
Look at this guy.
Yeah. I'm just eating a couple slices of Dairy Queen cake every morning. Tom's over there making hollandaise sauce.
Oh, well.
Okay, question 2. If you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Meal, or just do you have to? Does it have to be like in several courses, or can you just pick like something you could eat every day?
I think you can just say something you'd eat every day.
One item.
If you want to. Or you can give
I
it...
could easily eat a BLT sandwich every day with no problems and never get sick of it.
It's a good one.
No question about it.
I think I could do a good spring roll every day.
like Chinese food?
Yeah, I think I could do like a good veggie spring roll every day.
Like we're not getting
You
the
wouldn't
after
get sick of
effects of eating bread every day for the rest of your life at every meal.
I guess
you know?
that we're not taking that
Good-
into
yeah,
Well,
don't take that into
because then you
account,
could
but-
say I want Chicago deep dish every
Right.
day or something.
Yeah.
Or planks all day long.
plank tacos.
I'd say like a really good veggie spring roll. I could be in the mood for that every day.
Really?
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that. Tom?
Not a bad choice, a light choice.
I'll go with Lake Perch.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go seafood.
You're a seafood guy, huh?
Yeah.
Are
And,
you
yeah,
if you're going out to a quality restaurant, you're looking at the seafood menu?
like if I'm going to a steakhouse?
Well, maybe. Maybe
I'm
you
still
get
gonna
steak there.
I'm still gonna get
But,
steak.
like,
there
just-
was one time I got scallops at a steakhouse one time, and
Steak?
everybody looked at me, and I'm like, well, I've eaten here quite a few times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try something else.
Yeah, and
for
it's
you.
on the menu, so whatever.
Good for you.
But Lake Perch is your choice?
I'd say if I don't think I'd want. My salmon's my go-to, but I don't think I'd be able to eat that every day.
Well, but that's what he's asking
Yeah.
you. What could you eat every day?
I can do Lake Perch
All
every
right,
day.
well, there you go. That's
There you
it.
go. Wow.
Cavalier.
Not Josh Grouper.
No,
guys.
no,
Yeah, I
no
hear ya.
Applebee's special for me.
I do love me some grouper. That's
Yeah.
a damn good cut of fish. You don't get everywhere.
You don't see it on all
Have you
the
been to
menus.
Nishi, the Greek place that used to be the whatever the
Quest?
Yeah,
Yeah, we've been there once.
it's good, man.
it
and
is
they
good.
had grouper over there the last time we went.
Yeah, we
Fucking great.
I got the gyro. I figured the first time I'm going to go there, I'm going to try this something authentic. And
It's an elevated gyro. It's not like something you get from Munster gyro.
no, it's still Munster gyro for what it is still good.
Well, of course, but
you're not.
You go to Nishi, you're getting an elevated dining experience. A nice place.
It really was.
You've been there, right, Nick?
Yeah, we've
good.
been there. It's good.
All right, question 3. What's an uncommon combination of food you enjoy? I'm a mayo on French fries guy. Thank you, Chris, for your questions. I can have a little mayo on fries. I think I have to
I go
dip
with
it,
that
though.
sentiment.
Is that even any unusual anymore? I
don't know.
I mean, it seems. I mean,
all
it's
bets
not-
are off now
yeah.
for dipping sauces.
Yeah, all bets are off.
They are.
It's true. It's not just
Anything
ketchup
goes.
anymore.
Ranch.
Any kind of
Ranch
aioli.
is, I think ranch has toppled ketchup at this point.
Why do they have ketchup on the table anymore? Put a bottle of ranch.
Get
in
rid
there.
of it.
Yeah, ranch is the above ground pool of condiments. It's for scumbags and white trash people.
What's a go-to condiment that's not that?
It ain't ranch, I'll tell
What's
you
wrong
that.
with ranch?
Because it's what scumbags eat.
How's there a food that scumbags eat?
Because I said so.
Okay. Fair.
You're drowning everything in the flavor. You want the flavor of the ranch, just drink the fucking dressing out of the bottle and leave it at that.
I had a pretty good combination the other night. Went over to Mod Pizza
Okay.
and had just pizza with like whatever toppings I get, right? And they're like, "Would you like a side of hot honey?" I'm like, "All right." Like for a
Just
dip,
for the pizza?
for a dipping
It doesn't
sauce.
take much to sell this guy.
Like
No.
for dipping sauce, like
Oh,
they're like,
he
yeah.
brought whipped honey to the studio today, so
So I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. I think I dipped every bite of my pizza in this hot honey.
So that's gonna be a thing now for you.
Hot honey and pizza.
see, I'm
I don't know.
not a mixing of sweet and savory guy. It's just it's not something I actively try to do. I would respectfully decline that offer if it was made to me.
Well, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of that combination.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, not even like chocolate covered pretzels. Not your thing.
I mean, if it anything pretzel, I'll eat. So
Yeah.
I'll make an exception there. But like, going back to the breakfast thing, like I wouldn't do like bacon and eggs with a side of pancakes that you might put syrup on. That would not even be a consideration for me.
You don't do the Chicago cheddar popcorn and caramel corn mix at the same time.
I've done it, but I don't. It's not ideal for me. I'd rather have one or the other. I don't like the mix of it. Unusual blend. Jeez, I can't really think of anything.
A couple of wild combos in the chat while you're thinking.
Yeah,
Peanut butter and horseradish.
that's a weird one.
I can't do
No.
horseradish. If I liked horseradish, I would try that, but I can't stand the taste of horseradish.
Well, peanut butter and mayo is also.
Never heard of that one.
Me
either.
neither.
That's interesting.
And then Jackie's daughter says Jackie says her daughter puts ketchup on her pancakes.
I don't
Okay.
think
That's a wild one.
I haven't
Kid
had
thing, but
Yeah.
I haven't had ketchup in many years.
I respect it. No ketchup at all.
Like decades.
Yeah, I think I remember that about
Yeah, it's just a thing.
you have to classify it with hamburgers as something else he doesn't like. Fucking weirdo.
you. So you don't like horsey sauce from Arby's, Nick, when you go there?
I never go there.
What are
Is
you
it still
talking
open?
about?
I thought you went there
it's open.
tonight. Where's my beef and cheddar?
Everybody goes to Arby's. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, of course it's still there, Nick. They're still running drugs out of that place. Surely all those places are a front for some sort of either drug trafficking or money laundering. It's the only explanation for why any of them are still open.
Having to use bank tubes, bank drive-through tubes.
They pretty much
Some of
gave
them.
up on that. Maybe, I don't know, it's been a while since I've gone, but they just have someone walk it out to you.
Really?
The overhead
Someone
thing
who
was,
takes their life in their hands and
Yeah.
walks it out to you.
Yeah, that's a good solution.
but that's been over a year, so maybe it was a temporary, I don't know, malfunction. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything offhand. I don't want to drag the show on much longer. But
Something that grosses me out is when people put ketchup on eggs. Why? I don't know.
oh, I do that.
It doesn't. It just doesn't sit well with me.
I actually haven't done it in a while because I do hot sauce instead.
Yeah, I do hot sauce, and I don't know why ketchup bothers me so much on eggs. I think I'd rather have it on pancakes.
All right.
It's weird. But I really don't have any
I'm good
weird
with
combos.
I'm good with ketchup on eggs, although I've switched to hot sauce almost exclusively.
All right. Well, thank you to Chris for his Yardo questions.
Yeah, all food related. Interesting.
I like it. And if you want to send Yardo questions, go to potofthunder.com, click that widget, submit not one, not two, but 3 questions to us, and we'll read them on the show. Alrighty, thank you for joining us, Tom. Thank you. Hope we have you here
always
sooner than
fun.
later.
Always fun to have you shoot down my songs.
Well,
we needed it derailed anyway. There's been too many rock and roll boners.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
We got to the next round. So
Oh, I'm
pretty
happy.
good.
That's good. But always fun. Always fun. It was great to see everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
And we'll do this again in a couple months.
Sounds good,
Yep.
man.
Another one of the many reasons to look forward to September. Nick and I couldn't be more excited about our own personal choices. So, Andy, you got anything lined up yet?
I've got a couple ideas. I don't have a slam dunk written in stone choice like you guys seem to have.
Oh,
but-
mine is absolutely etched in stone, no question about it.
Yeah, I'll have something soon. I've got a couple I'm kicking around that would be good for different reasons. So
The level of horniness will surprise you. It's my promise to you of my song selection.
okay.
Mine could go either way. We'll see as far as the reception of it. So could go either way.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to finding out.
Might be a triumph, might be a disaster. I think that's what people want.
That's all anybody wants. Something that
they don't want
you don't
anything
know
in the
what's-
middle.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Yeah.
All right, Tom. We'll see you soon, buddy.